Hello friends, my name is Old Man Cloud. I upload daily Bazaar videos to my YouTube channel. At the moment I am slowly but steadily climbing to Legend this season with Vanessa, who I'm enjoying playing a lot. Have ended up playing Weapons Vanessa a fair bit, so wouldn't mind changing it up a bit. Let's take an enchanted item. Yuck. None of these are good, obviously. So yeah, thanks to the few people who have started watching the videos lately, which is really lovely to see. Kind of just do this because I really enjoy playing the Bazaar. I'd be playing this anyway, so may as well try providing some commentary and having a bit of fun with it. Let's go Kaiba. It's again a weird situation where the starting item is kind of pulling us in one direction and the first vendors are pulling us in another direction, but early on it's not a bad idea keeping multiple options open. Generally speaking, for Vanessa, the two archetypes are aquatic and weapons. I mean, that's a way of pulling it together for sure. That skill pulls everything together nicely, even though its impact is relatively mid.
Nothing huge.
Just grab some econ, and Life Preserve is just a really good early game item, but yeah, let's take it to fit on the board when it upgrades. And then take an event that doesn't involve spending money this time. Shadow Cloak, one time. Let's take the money to be safe. And against a pig, who knows?
You should know. I'm a bit of a
Probably prefer a Mac with lower health, but it's always a bit of a gamble with the early game matchups. I think a pig who took the weapon skill will clear us pretty comfortably, but that's fine. Plenty of time to end up with something good, obviously. The early fights are super important, but not ultimately determinative of a run. Let's have a look. Very early lighthouse. We have to sell out. Oh, hello. We got a birdie as well. We have to sell out a little bit to get to it, but I think let's do it. I think let's run a lighthouse build, which means we don't need you. I mean, you get multicast. Maybe hang on to you. You're probably not fitting on the board. On the other hand, let's keep the life preserver. And let's grab the very early silver lighthouse.
But I'm glad you bought this.
We'd love to grab the pop snappers for a bit more burn because we're likely to pick up burn skills, but maybe not worth it. So we're really on the lookout for slow items now and burn skills. That's one of them. Thank you.
You've learned all you can from me. See Argenta.
Clamera, one of the few items that starts the game, that starts the battle by going off straight away, which makes it quite strong now that the skills have been nerfed. Let's take some more gold, seeing as we spent so heavily on the lighthouse, and then let's fight Coconut Crab. So slow / burn Vanessa can certainly be very, very strong. I've never played it this early in the game, so I do wonder how it goes early. Burn tends to go pretty well early, especially it's better against Mac because Mac tends to not have any shields, or nearly always has no shields, and that makes Burn super effective. So maybe Burn Vanessa's in a decent place. And some of the new items that have been added to the standard item pool also help burn Vanessa quite a bit.
Come on in. Let's chat.
It's tempting me. The old favourite. We don't want anything here though. Upgrading the life preserver does very little. Mantis shrimp is more like it. That's one of the new items that was added that synergizes well with a burn Vanessa build. Seeing as I feel like we're pretty strong, let's see if we can luck into an encounter. We do. Rogue Scrapper. Interesting. This might be a close one. Burn is just so strong early game. He does have a bit of shielding though. Yeah, hard to predict how this one will go. We'd like to upgrade our Clamera so it's hitting more items. That's a very valuable upgrade. We should start chewing into the health now that the shielding item is gone. And our life preserver is still yet to pop, so I think we actually win this, which is a good sign for us. Would love your skill. We'd really love your skill. We're really cooking if we get the skill.
Barely got off legs.
No cooking to be had.
Ride that tide.
Bronze item. Yeah, sure. Like I just said the upgrade is useless, but I'll take it for free. Then let's rock another slow and a mantis shrimp. I think this is the best build. And let's see how we go against a human opponent.
Go ahead. Underestimate.
Cockgoblin.
Makes this more fun.
Amazing name. It feels like they don't have any. Feels like they don't have. Oh, they have very little moderation of player names in the Bazaar, which I'm all for, to be honest. This bolus is a piece of work, but I think we should be fine with our life preserver. Yeah, look at how strong that burn is. Any opposing build that doesn't have shield, we're going to chew through pretty effectively. And this build scales well into the late game, so I feel like we've picked up on a winner here, hopefully. Which isn't to say it's going to go to 10 necessarily, of course, but we'll do our best. There's an argument for transforming the life preserver and praying, seeing as its effectiveness is starting to diminish around today, but let's hold on to it for the time being at least. Let's upgrade our Clamera so it hits more targets and therefore charges Lighthouse more. And the double slow duration is nice as well. Pretty sure we can take out you. You do have shielding, which we don't like. Sell you and you. But your skill is really nice, so I think it's worth a little bit of a risk here. The main thing is we have a way of chewing through your shield, which is good because it means force field won't be doing too much damage, so I have a hard time imagining we lose this. Whether we try to make Mantis Shrimp properly work into the mid to late game, it certainly can. I've had a couple of Mantis Shrimp builds go off. It's certainly not a necessary part of a Lighthouse build. You're really looking for tripwire, dock lines, and electric eels can certainly work as well. Great, we got the skill. It's a very strong skill. Not as much in our build as in some other builds, but still really nice to get. Do we upgrade Mantis Shrimp here? Or take a skill and hope for another fire skill? We're a decent chance of getting a fire skill, so I think I'll take our chances here. And that's perfect.
You're probably too skilled.
Keep on buffing that Lighthouse. Obviously plenty of room for improvement on the board. You don't give your crit chance because we got our Mantis Shrimp. You open up lots of possibilities with some aquatic synergy, so I think we'll pick that up and play it over Goggles. There's the shrimp upgrade. There's the aquatic synergy that we were looking for. What can go here? We probably hold on to you for a day and then put you in instead of Life Preserver, I think is the play. And let's have a look at what you're rocking. Expensive reroll, don't think we want it.
Your cart is empty?
So I'd love to see dock lines. Dooley.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
So yeah, like I said, I've been playing a lot of Vanessa lately. Part of me is tempted to just play Vanessa all the way through to Legend because I do really enjoy Vanessa, but also mindful, also cognizant of wanting to mix things up a little bit, especially now I'm uploading runs. So maybe once I reach there was our life preserver saving us, maybe once I reach a breakpoint where I can't drop any ranks, I'll start giving Mac a bit more of a try. I haven't given Mac a proper chance, just didn't love it originally, albeit have loved what it's done to the game. So maybe I'll start giving Mac a go. We got a bug. We got a burn synergy bug. I mean, sure, I don't know whether this is good or not. When an adjacent item burns, which happens a fair bit, you haste 2 items 1 second. That does seem pretty good. Maybe we got very lucky. I think Life Preserver can go now. It's decent anyway. It's surely decent. Let's gain some income. Let's be a bit greedy here, seeing as we're in a pretty good spot. And now let's buy more burn damage. So now we've got a gold Final Flame skill, which is great to see. Pretty sure we can take you even with your extremely annoying regen. Probably don't want to risk it though, in which case, yeah, don't want to risk it for 1 XP. Can be nasty with the Hexer has an item that destroys your small items and in exchange gains lots of poison and lots of regen. And if you don't kill it by then, you can be in a pretty rough spot. Although I think we would have been fine looking at what a menace we are here. Shouldn't have talked down on the heavy Clamera start. It's been doing work for sure. And that early game disruption can, or early fight disruption is effective all the way through the game.
Let's get rid of it.
Let's roll and try for burn again. No such luck, but eventually almost any build ends up critting. So disruption from crit is really nice. I think I'm going to press my advantage I've got in the early game though and focus on upgrading Pearl's shield, which is quite effective actually. Tempting to put Powder Flask next to Shrimp, but I think we're usually winning by the time we'd need the extra ammo anyway, so it's not worth the spot. Tempting to upgrade whatever on earth this is. Don't know what it upgrades into. Let's have a look. I haven't played with the new dually items at all, even though I've got them unlocked.
This will inspire the crew.
It has 3 items for 1 second now. It's pretty good. Let's take in Embers. I assume there's a whole bug package, judging by what I've seen before, and I've seen the 3D printer item, which looks super cool. Perfect run Mac up against nearly perfect run Vanessa.
Not to squabble with nobodies.
Like I said, burns should be really good against Mac, so unless we're up against something ridiculous, which is always a possibility with Mac at the moment, it's a regen Mac. So we need to lots of health for Mac as well. It's going to be putting out a lot of regen, but we're going to be putting out a lot of burn, brother. We're going to be putting out a lot of burn. Too much burn for you, I'm afraid. Great. Great to see. So I think the bit of a guess I made that burn Vanessa's in a really good spot seems to be the case. Just because Mac has no shield. At least in the early game, we'll see how it plays out. Let's hope for the burn enhancer. No burn enhancer, but a crit enhancer and cinders, which is a burn enhancer, but not the one we're looking for. Salamander pop, I think it's called. This is all garbage. Bottle lightning is quite good and synergizes with our bug, but not good enough to make it on the board. Not too interested in anything else here. So we really want more slows so we can start charging our lighthouse more efficiently. Thank you. Thank you, game. Ask and you shall receive.
Enjoy your purchase.
It's exactly what we wanted. You can put a lose rate there, but then we want bug to be... What are we taking out first of all, I guess? Probably seashell. We want bug to be next to shrimp and lighthouse. What a weird sentence for anyone who doesn't play the Bazaar. So I don't think there's a way to get 3 times on this without sacrificing some haste. which I think we don't want to do at the moment. So let's just stick you there for the time being and see how that plays. In a pretty good spot. Pretty happy with this. Bolus probably not is probably next on the chopping block. Let's take the Infernal Envoy. He's a dangerous lad, but I think we should be fine. And lots of good stuff for us to nick here. Vengeance, a good skill. Cinder's a great item. Might try to find a way for his medium items to work. Don't think I've had a Fire Claws build or a Sunlight Spear build. Yeah, we'll take that. And I think it is hitting the right items. Maybe we want you to hit Clamera rather than Seaweed. Let's have a look. Not interested. And we're in such a good spot that I'm going to take a fight over the Slow Merchant. As tempting as the Slow Merchant is to try to pick up dock lines, but while you're in a good position, you got to make hay while the sun shines. It's a saying, isn't it, I think? And take these AI fights while you can beat them, because getting that extra XP early has a snowballing effect for sure on the run. So let's pick up the XP and a bit of econ while we can, and hope to pick up the slow items that we're looking for later. Health and shields. The only bronze is Bolus, which I'm not super interested in upgrading. Let's have a look at what Kev is offering up. It's basically a pre-made, almost a pre-made one weapon build. Flagship and Buckle go well together. Flagship, Submersible and Buckle go well together. It's also a shielded flagship. An amazing shop for pretty much any Vanessa build other than us. And again, Enchanted Langjon and a Submarine is a good one weapon as well, but of absolutely no use to us. Mac
My fight isn't
should be able to burn through.
In 100 years when you are dust, I
So poison Mac. There's a little bit of shield, but I think won't be enough to diminish the effectiveness of our burn hitting hard and hitting early. I do have a history of severely misjudging fights though, and this may be one of those cases. It's going to be very tight, we just take it. It can be hard to judge a fight just from looking at the board. Not often you see a Mac rocking a Cutlass, but there you go. I like our bug just chilling, our lighthouse bug, hasting 3 items for 1 second. That's admirable work. Would be good if we could get that up to 2 seconds.
Make deals.
Let's try to find dock lines. Not interested in anything here. Star chart you can make an argument for grabbing just for the dock events, but I think we'll hold off. Weatherglass is certainly interesting. We have burn, we have slow, we don't have freeze, and we don't have poison. It's actually not a great fit, I don't think. I think we stick to what we've got and focus on slow items. So Weatherglass, obviously a great build, can work with Lighthouse, but doesn't always work with Lighthouse. There's the dock lines at last. So Bolus is gone, you're gone, and what are we getting rid of here? Probably Pearl, although Pearl's doing pretty good work. Maybe Seaweed. Because we're... Seaweed and just rely on Pearl for survivability? I don't think anything here goes, so it's really between Seaweed and Pearl. So I think we play it like this, but let's not burn the boats in case things go really poorly. Expensive roll, but let's have a look. And let's upgrade the shovel. It's always tempting when you feel like you're on a really good run to take on the Lich, but I feel like it usually backfires. So let's go Mosquito for CDR. Let's keep an eye out for just how much work, if any, this bug is doing. I mean, it's going a few times and hastening a bit. I think it's certainly doing enough to justify its spot on the team for the time being. There's obviously some good stuff here
Was that even
for
a
our build.
battle? Maybe a skirmish.
That's one of them. That's great.
Full sail, my
Can
boy.
make an argument for dropping the cooldown of quite a few items. I think you go Lighthouse, being the most obvious. We don't want it to be on the left though, but there's no way around it, is there? That's a weird kind of mechanic I haven't come across before. We want Vengeance not to be active on Lighthouse when we're selling Insect Wing, but as far as I'm aware, there's no way around that, short of putting an item with no cooldown to the left of Lighthouse. So maybe we hold on to it and keep an eye out for an item like that. So just so we maximize the benefit of the Insect Wing. For the time being, let's upgrade Lighthouse for the extra burn.
Quicker the fight.
It's not a huge upgrade, but it's just better here. I think let's just take the free cinders. But the burn really does add up when you put on Lighthouse. So even though it's not the most impactful upgrade, I think it's worth it here. Let's have a look at large items. Who knows?
This is talking fast.
Not interested. And not interested. Cove for some econ is possibly a good call. I don't think you're making it back on the board. So let's grab the Cove. Still no item with no cooldown that allows us to... Although if the item doesn't have cooldown, maybe this just goes to the next item anyway. Maybe there is just no way around it. Anyway, with a human fight coming up, let's just take the slightly reduced cooldown.
I may be young,
Still feeling really good about
but
the
I've
build,
seen my
and nice
soul.
to not be playing
We're out to defeat
a weapon
not
Vanessa
to
for a change.
wallow with nobodies.
They've got some good skills over there. Shina's a water wheel, it is. Still like our chances just because of how we get our build off early with heavy Clamera and just get so much burn going, and then Mantis Shrimp coming in clutch
Defeat does not
with a
defeat
fair bit of damage at the end is actually really helpful. This bug is pulling its weight for sure. In a really good spot here. And I've got some good skills, and I've got some good upgrades for our Lighthouse, so very happy with
If I don't
where we're
have
at.
what you need, I'll help you find who does.
It's interesting. Is that better than our bug? Or better question being, is it better than our bug and our pearl? I don't think so. I think we just stick with our bug. Reducing cooldown of aquatic items
You need
is
a bug,
always strong
someone
in
else
aquatic
wants it.
builds,
It
but
all works out.
I don't think it's worth the
For the
2
peaceful,
spots on this occasion.
Punish the...
So we're not having a good day so far.
I feel like you're not being fully present with me.
You're gone. And you're not coming back on the team. Shock Trooper is scary, but let's try. I think we're fast enough. And there's some good stuff for us here. This plasma rifle is a menace. I wonder if we could make plasma rifle work on our board. So we survive 1 hit. We may be able to survive a second. Yeah, I think we might not have been able to survive a second actually with how it's scaling. But that's a good win both in terms of XP and potential items. It's not one of them, but anyway.
Ride that tide!
Let's hope to pick up a skill. Crit, slow, and gold. Let's have a look at slow.
Very fast. I will need some time.
This is a weird skill, isn't it? It's so conditional and not that great anyway. Let's take the guaranteed disruption. We're always going to be slowing,
Very slow.
so there's always going to be good disruption there.
Wonderful.
Let's we can transform Cove, but what are we even hoping for? Let's just I can't think of any ammo items that we want other than shrimp. Or given that the other options aren't great, let's just pray for shrimp. Me at a barbecue. No luck.
Saying round here, an empty gun is an empty wallet.
Pearl's doing very little. Could definitely make a case for getting rid of Pearl. not for that though. Although we will hang on to you. Appointment Rob, level 7
You
Pig.
should know. I'm a bit of a
Pig
legend
is
when
not a
I'm
good matchup for us because it tends to have relatively heavy shield, which diminishes the effectiveness of fire pretty significantly. In this case, it has very significant shield, but very slow shield. So we're gonna get a fair chunk of damage in before then, but your square items hit pretty hard as well. Feels like this is gonna be a pretty even match. We need to get rid of that shield ASAP, which we do. And now we need to get you before your shield goes, which we do. Great win. So that was a fairly strong square pig build, also with lethargy, which doesn't suit our build very well. So yeah, it's been a relatively easy run, to be honest. We got the early lighthouse and just decided another loser A is great. We'll definitely be playing you instead of you. And we can probably get rid of our econ item shortly. Yeah, we didn't have any amazing luck. Haven't had, not that the run is over, it's far from over, but it's been pretty smooth sailing with the early lighthouse. First time, that's quite nice. Not real synergy per se. There's potential for this to be incredible. Upgrade Clamera, reduce its cooldown massively. Clamera realistically is probably the only one that we're getting to Diamond. It's a fun skill as well. Its cooldown would be reduced really significantly. And it's fun. It's probably Burst of Flame is better, but let's take Diamond Fangs and get a Diamond fast firing Clamera, because it's fun. Slow item. There you go! Ask and you shall receive. I feel like that was reward for taking a fun option. So we now have the world's fastest Clamera, which is cool and has fantastic synergy with Lighthouse now. So now we're hitting everything. So we want items that we don't use to be on the left and right, like this. No, not like that, like this. Pretty sure that was right. Yep. Yep. In a great spot here. Pretty sure we can take on Dragon. Obviously some game-changing items for us here that we could get. The beauty of the slow burn build is that slow in itself is really strong. In itself is really, really strong disruption that scales all the way through the game. It's important all the way through the game. And the build not only benefits from that slow, but also then uses slow to charge its win condition being burn. So it's just a really strong build. It's not the skill we were looking for, but helps improve our survivability, so won't say no.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell.
Definitely make a case for Powder Keg. Just don't think it's really what we're looking for here. Especially at silver. None of these are what we're looking for either. Fairly happy with the board, to be honest. Curio would be nice, because it would give us a chance of improving our slow burn and haste items. So Curio is probably what we're looking for more than anything. You're good. Do we put you over Shrimp and Mantis Bug? YLL Yellow Mantis. I just realized what the name was. I'm an idiot. Slow charges 2 seconds. I don't think so. Our burn skill also only benefits one burn item, so you don't benefit from our skills. And maybe there's a world where we get Shrimp to Diamond, which would be funny. Slow effects is really great. I'm assuming all our items slow anyway. I mean, you're already heavy. I'm assuming you double your slow effect, which is great, but doesn't improve Lighthouse. I mean, you put it on Lighthouse, right? And then Lighthouse charges itself? Or do you put it on Yellow Mantis? No, I think it has to be Lighthouse, doesn't it? And then Lighthouse charges itself every time it goes. So that effectively gets its cooldown down to 4 seconds. Yeah, huge get. Probably the best enchantment we could have got, other than maybe Fiery. Fiery Lighthouse probably would have been a bit better. But there's always a chance we get cooked in a vat of acid. great burn. Great freeze, I mean. And slowing the VAT massively is really nice. A hogswash. A hogwash. Mac, what are you doing with this, brother? I'm not sure what he's cooking here, but I like it. Interesting. Not good, seemingly, but interesting. Feel like we're looking pretty good here, as long as we can keep kind of steadily improving. Really great item. Does the same role as Mantis. Advantage is we know where the haste is going. It's going to better items, the ones to the left and right. When you burn charge 1, when an adjacent item burns charge 1, so they're the same. They both get charged by burn. Yellow Mantis goes off a bit quicker. Damage is irrelevant, but we know where the haste is going. I kind of like the... Let's stick with the... Let's dance with the bug that bought us. And scale's a bit better with the Curio boots.
Why so fight?
Only looking for Lighthouse really here.
Business. I will play this game with you.
Just take the health. In which case it's time to get rid of the shovel. It's been some good econ for us. Let's just take the free chocolate, buff the cove a bit. And we can take on weapons platform, albeit it's very strong weapons platform. Definitely got buffed somehow. I feel like it was to kinetic cannon, which is now a really strong item. Sometimes I feel like hovering over the skill you want increases your probability of getting it. Same as holding down and B when you're catching a Pokemon, everyone knows that. First aid is of no interest. Enchanting an item is of interest, for sure, for sure, for sure. What are we enchanting here?
Your things are so
Probably...
Let me brighten.
Probably a Yellow Mantis. It's getting charged an awful lot. Charged every time Lighthouse goes off. Or maybe Dock Lines? Let's go Dock Lines. I feel like Dock Lines is never leaving the team. Shiny Dock Lines. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Beautiful. If there's any doubt about the strength of this run. Oh my goodness. It's ordained. These are all incredible. But it has to be slow burn. First 10 times you slow, which happens all the time, including right at the start of fight. If either Shrimp or preferably Lighthouse gets charged. Incredible skill at diamond level as well. We're in a really good spot now. I'd be disappointed if this doesn't go to 10 from here. What we really want to see are Boots and Salamander Pup. And to a lesser extent Slow, which is this. We take the crit. No Boots or Salamander Pup. We want Dock Lines. Oh, which do we want to slow further? Probably Clamera is actually better, as insane as it is. 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Yeah, I think we put the extra slow on Clamera just because it going off early is just so strong. So strong. 4 items for 4 seconds off rip with shiny Dock Lines to back it up. All the while charging Lighthouse. And all the while having this strong kind of middle board as well. We get bonked, but we're just so strong. The shiny Dock Lines is disgusting. That is disgusting. Your entire board is slowed, brother. Look at this. Look at this.
More plunder.
Disgusting build. Wish I could chalk this one up to skill. I feel like I made a few good calls early on, in all fairness. But the enchants we've gotten, which are how you make a build go to 10 wins are usually enchants, have been fantastic.
The first step toward good taste.
And we've had decent shops. The Clamera getting that to Diamond just after we got Diamond Fangs was pretty funny. And it's a significant buff to it. Still no items that we're actually really looking for here.
Clean up the bazaar.
4th time's a charm? Or is it 6 time? Yeah, there's the boots, which is what we want, and there's another boost to slow. So let's stick seaweed on the left and fishing on the right. Let's reduce cooldown. Get our board back in order. So get our board back in order. And then let's rocket boots our mantis shrimp. Or yellow mantis, whatever. That's doubled its effectiveness. That's now a really great haster. So that's really what we're looking for. And then let's buff. We've given enough to the Clamera. Let's give dock lines 3 items for 4 seconds. Even though their entire board is going to be slowed anyway. So it's a bit whatever. Your skill is so good for us. And we've been ordained in every other way. So maybe it works out again. Not that I think we need it, to be honest. Look at how damaging this is. How devastating it is with slow burn. Shiny dock line, slow burn. This is one of the nastiest burn Vanessa builds I've seen. Or one of the nastiest slow Vanessa builds, I should say. Because there are some burn builds that don't use Lighthouse and instead just go all in on other burns. And they can get pretty disgusting. Let's go the CDR. And it has to be Lighthouse again. We still don't get quite full value with the Vengeance skill, but I've given up that endeavour. We could have put that to the left. Oh well.
Take your time.
Diamond dock
I'm
lines.
pretty laid back.
1 time. Feels like I can't say 1 time when we've had so many 1-time
Every
luck
item
this
finds
run.
its value.
Look at these
It's a
skills, even
relationship,
rigged as
no.
well. What on earth? Haven't seen that skin before. Oh my god, they're diamond already? This person has been playing 24/7 since the season came out. I thought I'd been playing a lot. This person has been playing a lot, and is clearly very good at the game, and plays Bug Dooley, which I feel like is going to have a really rough time against our slow. I'm sorry, my friend. I'm sorry. But you're not going to get to do anything? Turns out slow is just really strong when builds are taking a while to get off the ground. Did a single one of their items go? Oh, that's so sad. Their invulnerability potion went, but other than that, and that's only because it goes automatically. Other than that, they did not get to do a single thing. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Slow is just really strong.
Discounts for peas.
Not quite going to be a perfect win, and shouldn't be counting chickens before they hatch, but it's hard to imagine not getting to 10 with this.
That's good, I guess.
Loving the Diamond Fangs Clamera.
Mine
Let's
inspires remorse
upgrade
never.
you and
Be
put you in the middle.
remorseless.
Funny that this is our weakest items by far, are these two illusorays, and usually they're part of the core of a slow burn Vanessa. Let's try for the skill again. We're just melting everything. Melting everything. It's hard to imagine how this could have gone much better, to be honest. I guess if we get a tripwire, we'd probably put it in play. We'd find a way to work it in. Mantis shrimp is probably not particularly necessary anymore. But other than that, I don't really see us making too many changes here.
Recycle.
Cure is still good.
Hooey! Now that's a bargain. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Yep. Seems good to me.
Ride that tide!
Let us upgrade dock lines, not particularly because we need let's upgrade Lighthouse. I was gonna say it's just cool to have shiny diamond dock lines, but we really don't need it because their entire board is permanently slowed anyway.
Oh, a customer.
Not sure what we're looking for here, but let's roll.
People
And
stand
let's
by
hopefully get the 10 wins in the bag. Just for the hell of it. It's a very strong pig. it's a worthy foe.
With you.
We match up poorly against Pig, and it's a Pig that looks like they lost day 1 and then have been wind streaking for the rest. Big Guns is super scary. It's Freeze Pig. I think that's fine, because we put so much burn on. Maybe not fine. Yeah, definitely not fine. Extremely unfine, in fact. Freeze Pig is strong, as it turns out. Maybe we have been a bit too arrogant. Because yeah, I've mentioned it before, the Bazaar is the type of game where no matter how broken you are, there's always a more broken build. There's always a more broken build. And even if there's not a more broken build, there's a build that counters yours in some way. So no matter how confident you are, all it takes is a few bits of unlucky matchmaking, and suddenly you're into the very late game and coming up against incredibly busted builds. So hopefully that doesn't happen here, because I feel like this is a 10-piece for sure, a 10-piece worthy run.
Classes for everyone.
Let's fight Arkan this time. Going after that skill from the non-elite bosses has diminished some of our XP advantage, but I still think was worth it. Skill would be great, so let's hover it. Nothing else is of interest. Depending on the breakpoints, the ring might help us a little bit. Ah, it works. There you go. Like I said, you just hover over it.
This is how you win the war.
It's decent, it's not amazing. Let's have a look at
I
diamond.
did not seek this power for my own gain, you know.
We use a weapon, but only late in the form of mantis shrimp. So that's no good. And same deal with ammo. And we don't use vehicles. Charging slow items is really good. So let's take Righty Tighty. And it fits with the way we've got our board set up as well, which I appreciate, because it means I don't have to restore anything. Oh boy. Yeah. I think you run Shipwreck. I think you run it because this package really isn't doing too much. I mean, it's certainly helping, but you put Clamera suddenly is slowing 8 items, charging Lighthouse. Lighthouse is going twice. Yeah, it has to be Shipwreck. In which case, you're dumping... I feel like Mantis Shrimp isn't doing too much, but maybe... We definitely don't need haste. So I think you dump here. I hope I'm not throwing the run here, but I think this is right. I think this is right, yeah. It allows us to pile on the burn faster and get off to an incredibly fast start with Clamera. Clamera's also got its cooldown reduced a lot, which is great. And then dock lines go 3 times now, which is obviously amazing. Thank you for not destroying the lighthouse, but Caltrops is so mean. Thankfully, he destroyed one of his own Caltrops. He or she, shouldn't assume. Destroyed one of their own Caltrops, which I think probably allowed us to win that. Caltrops don't work with what we're doing, albeit an extremely strong item. You're a good item. So if my logic is correct, we can put Shipwreck to the left and Lighthouse to the left, and this will hit Lighthouse for full value, which is nice. Could have made a case of putting that on something else. Maybe I should have thought about that more. Strong Vanessa. I like the Lighthouse is down to an even 5 though, that's nice. I feel like the Shipwreck has improved the build significantly.
Go ahead. Underestimate.
Getting rid of the loser race hurts. Getting rid of our yellow mantis hurts, but for emotional reasons rather than practical ones. One hit, no flagship. So much burn. So much burn and so much slow. Get melted. You were going to hit so hard, but didn't really come close. 67 seconds of slow. Well, let's watch that again, shall we? Let's watch that one more time. Let's watch that back. That was a satisfying. Pew 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 pew. The shrimp's going for 600. Not that it really matters. Safe to say, Shipwreck was the right call, I believe there. When in doubt, find a way to make Shipwreck work. I think. It's just so good in these types of builds. Might have been better off with something else rather than shrimp as well, but it got in there. And there we go, a non-weapon Vanessa build, which is nice to have on the channel. And to 10 wins, which is also nice. We continue our slow climb up the ranks. Yes, I know I'm regenerative. Let's have a look at nearly to bronze 1. So slowly getting there, but the climbing is super slow in this game. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. I upload daily Bazaar gameplay videos, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.